Hey, welcome back guys to part 4 of modern to-do list. In this video, we will be adding the to-do task in our local storage and we will be retrieving the data last added or the latest added data from local storage and we will be appending into this container. Right now, there is no data available. Also, if you haven't watched previous part of this series, I'll recommend you to watch that first or you can get the source code of part 3 from description box. And also if you are willing to watch all those parts, I'll add the link of the parts in current video. So without further ado, let's get started. So this is what I have created. Firstly, in part 3, we created this task. We haven't added anything like on submit. It will not show anything or it won't add your task detail anywhere like in local storage or anywhere. But in this video, we will be covering that. So this is the small demo which I'll show you. So if I'll click on 25th of Jan and if I add task 1 and if I add task 1 description, also if there is no data available then it will show no data found, and if I click on submit, so it will show task 1 which is recently added and there is a success and unsuccessful button where you can update the status from here, but that we haven't covered in this tutorial. So it is just adding the data and retrieving it from local storage. I'll add one more 16 if I'll add. Also it is not clearing, so we will do that as well. I will add this as a task 2. This will be task 2 description. I'll click on submit. Now the task 2 has been added. So this is what we are going to do in this video. So now we'll start with coding and styling our form. So I'll close this. So let's open our file folder. This was JavaScript modern to-do list. Right click, open with code. Firstly, we'll start with HTML, then we will move on with CSS and JavaScript. So HTML, we have to come outside of this div and this one to do form, and we will add class task hyphen container. Inside this we will add h2. This will be a task or maybe task list, whatever. Another div of a class task hyphen item, and we'll have id of added item list. There won't be anything inside this, and after this there will be another class show more hyphen tasks. This will have an anchor tag. Will have nothing for now. This will be show more, save it. Maybe we can do is for now target blank. Let's save it. Let's run our project and let's see how it looks. Then we will move on with styling and all. This is how it looks. I'll open it in a Chrome. Okay, so this is how it looks now. And now if you go to your CSS file, scroll down, and from here we will start adding our style for task container, task hyphen container. Every time I do is I just copy it. It is better to, copy the exact spelling and avoid the errors. This will have a padding 20 pixels. Width will be 60%. Box sizzling border box, background color CE C5B3, margin 10 pixels, border radius of 8 pixels. Let's save it and let's see how it looks. So this is how it looks. Now we have to style the h2 which we have added. So task container h2, font size to rem unit, font weight bold, margin bottom 10 pixels, and color will be black. Let's save it. Let's go. So header looks nice. Now we have to do is task item. This is correct. Yeah, it's correct. This will be display flex, align items center, justify content space between, padding 10 pixels, and width of 100%. Let's save it. Let's see. So looks nice. There's some gap in between. So let's save it and let's scroll down. And after this, we will style task hyphen item p tag width 30%, font size 1.5 rem unit, color will be black hash it is. So yeah, there will be nothing here because we haven't appended anything for now. That we will do in our JavaScript. So here show more hyphen tasks. So just copy it, this one, and just paste it here. Display again flex, justify content right. Now how it looks? Yeah, it is gone here on right, and font size will be 14 pixels. Now with the anchor tag we have to do show more task anchor text decoration none, and color sorry will be black only. I'll go, you'll see it. Now on hover it should be blue. So what we can do is again show more task a on hover will have a color, maybe this color we'll add. Yeah, let's see now. If I go here you can see the color got changed, or maybe can add some different color also we want to. Yeah, if you go here you can see it looks nice. Maybe we can add some dots also. Show more 3 dots. Now it will look Nice. Yeah. Now we have to code our JavaScript. Let's go and let's create one function called save task data selected date, sorry, selected task, selected task description, and we'll create one const name as local storage task details. JSON dot parse local storage dot get item will be task details data, or it will be null. Const here it will be selected month, which we will get from our selected date dot string. Okay, is double quotes default curly bracket month double quotes, inside this it will be long. After this there will be another const selected year date dot get full year. So if you have watched previous part, you'll be able to understand why I mean where I'm getting these dates and all. Task status is equal to double quotes not started, and there will be a task ID, but before this task ID we have to add the task ID. So here I will add where task ID, and in here I will do where, no, just a task ID is equal to 1 for now, and after this we will auto increment it. So 1 for now, task, sorry, const task details data is equal to curly bracket task ID selected date selected task, where it is selected task selected task description selected month selected year and task status. Let's save it. I'll scroll it down for a better view. Now local storage task details dot push the task details data, which is this one. Okay, whatever we are getting we will be pushing it here, and here it will be local storage dot set item double quotes will be this one, we have to add it here. JSON dot stringify local storage task details, and let's save it. But what we have to do is we have added ready to save data, right? Here we will call this function, but with user selected date, user selected task, and user selected description. So let's save it and let's see if it is saving data in our local storage or not. So this specific code will save the data in our local storage. So let's go and I'll click on A19. I will add it as a task 1. This will be task 1 description and I'll click on submit. It has been submitted. Now I will go to my application. So now if you'll see there is a task 1 has been added for 19th date, selected task as a task 1, description as a task 1 description. This does have another data as well. If you scroll it down, here we have month of January, we have description, task ID we have, status we have, and year also I guess we have, which will be below this. I don't know if it is there or not. Oh, it is not there. Task status is there. Task year is not available or what? Get full year. I guess it will be with like this. Yeah. So we have missed that. I'll remove this. I'll delete this and let's go. Let's select again and task 1 and task 1 description. If I'll save it, oh, there's a debugger. Now, if I go to application, you can see the data has been added and this does have the year as well. So if I go and if I select December and if I save another data, this we will do like clearing the fields value. So I'll click on submit now. There's another task has been added with same task ID. So if you'll see this, this will have 2023 as a year. So now we have to add another function, which is function get latest data const latest data is equal to json dot parse, which is same as that. So let's get this and paste it here. I will scroll it down a bit where latest added console dot log. Here we will get our latest data. We'll try to get, let's see what we are getting in our console. Now we go here. I'll refresh this. If I go to my console, I'll refresh this again. Okay, we are not getting anything. So I guess we haven't called, yeah. So we have to call this function also. So what I'll do is our handle clicked function is there. So I'll call it here. Now if I'll go to my browser and now if I see there's a two data which has been added. So it is available in our console. So this data we have to get in our container, task container. But the only thing is we have added one first task, we have added second. Here I should be getting the second task and not first task. For that we have to have our index let last index is equal to -1. Uh, You can write it where also. There is no need to write let. You can add or write where also. I am playing with all the variables type. Latest data dot length -1 I greater than equal to 0 and I minus minus. In here there will be another if condition. If latest data of index I dot task status is equal to not started. Okay, not started, then the last index will be I and it will break. So here we will be getting the last index of our local storage data, and then we will be break it like we want only one data. Okay, so once we get that data, last data of not started, it should be not started. Okay, if I added successful or unsuccessful in my status, then it won't show anything and it will show not no data found. And now if I come outside, I'll remove this, and if I see my last index here, console dot log, here I will last index. Okay, I'll save it. Now if I see, I will get my last index as 1, which is this one. Okay, I'm getting it. But what if I go to my local storage and if I edit the value, now if I edit this value as, this one was the last one, right? Now if I edit the value as success, and if I go to console and if I refresh this, I'll get a 0. So what is happening here is it is getting the last added data which have status as not started, and if the status is successful or unsuccessful, it will avoid that data and it will get the data which have not started, and it should be the last one or the latest one. I hope you are getting it. So now we have to go here. I'll remove this and I will add another if condition. Maybe here we can add if last index, if it is not equal to -1, this will have latest added equal to template literal, and this will be our p tag. We'll close it here only. Inside this p tag we will have the latest data of last index dot selected task. There will be a button also, button. Let's close this, and this button will have class double quotes btn hyphen success. This will have data hyphen id last index. Inside this it will be success. Let's copy it this much and paste it here. I'll scroll it down. Here it will be, let's add just unsuccess, and here also will be unsuccess. Now once done with this, we have to come outside this and document dot get element by id, double quotes, added item list, which we have added here. We have to paste it here, dot inner html is equal to latest added. Let's see if there is anything. So this is showing correct. We have added two items, task 1 and task 2. But for task 2, we have changed the status as success. So it is showing task 1. But if I add some another task here, maybe task 3, task 3 description, and if I submit this, now if I refresh, you can see the task 3 is available. Now this should be available on the click of this button. Okay, so what I can do is I'll just copy this, I'll just paste it here, and now if I go, if I select some date, and if I add task 4, this will be task 4 description. If I'll click on submit, you can see the task 4 has been added here. Now what we have to do is we'll do styling of these buttons, then we will go and we will add, you know, not found details as well. But for now we will do styling of this dot btn color white, border none, padding 8 pixels, 12 pixels, border radius 5 pixels, cursor pointer width 30%. Save it. Now we have some another classes as well, which is btn success, but this is how it looks. Now we have to give color to both the buttons. So here we have btn success. I'll scroll it down. Background color hash 208c22, and there is another class as well, which is unsuccess, right? Unsuccess, this will have E74C3C. Let's save it. Let's see how it looks. So looks nice. But if we go to our application and if I delete this and if I refresh now, you can see there is nothing available here. So what we have to do is we have to show no data found if there is no data available in our local storage, or rather local storage is not available. So for that we have to go to our task.js file, and here we will add else latest data template literal. We'll add p no data found and close your p tag. will be same. So what you can do is just copy it, come outside your if and else condition. Let's save it. Now if you'll see, it is showing no data found. And now if I add something, and if I add again task one description, if I click on submit, the data is available. For another task 2 data is available. But the thing here is, if you go to your local storage, you can see the task ID is same, 1 1, it is same, both this ID is same. So what you have to do is, again you should delete if you want to, because any which ways there is a duplicacy in your data is available because of task ID. And more of this thing, like whatever we are doing in future, it will be based on task ID. So it is better to delete your local storage key. So I'll delete this, and now I'll go to my function. Here we will add another if condition. If latest data dot length is greater than 0, then latest added is equal to latest data latest data dot length minus 1, and task ID will be latest data latest data dot length minus 1 dot task ID, else task ID is equal to 0. We have done this, okay, we have done this, but any which ways we will be getting the task ID as 1, because in in here we have added it as a 1. So what we have to do is, I'll do it as a plus plus, and if I save it, and if I go to my browser, now if I click on it, and if I'll add some data here, task 1 description, if I save it, I'll be I'll be able to see task 1. Same for task 2. I'll click on submit. Task 2 is available, but let's see if the ID is also getting auto incremented. If I go here, you can see task ID 1, and now if I do console dot log, and if I give it a task ID here, and if I see, it is 2, because the last added ID was 2. Okay, if you'll see here, it is 2. So what it will do, when it will go into that, it will go into your save task data, then it will auto increment it to 3. But if we delete it, refresh, and if I go, we won't get anything. Even though we have did console log here, it will not get anything, because we haven't add anything. We are not getting any data here. It is less than 0. It is coming here, task ID is 0, because we haven't added console log here. We are not getting anything. But if I'll add console dot log here, you'll be able to see 0 as well. Okay, I'll save it. Now if you'll see, it is 0 available here. I'll quickly add 2 3 data here. Okay, this will be task 1 task 1 description. Click on submit. Task 2 2, I'll click it from December. Save it. Task 2 is available from February. 3, from 3, I'll click on submit. I will add from maybe from August, click it as a 4, and this will be 4, and 1 I will add from year 2025. So here it will be something, and will be task 5. Let's choose another day, and 5, and if I click on submit, it is available. So we have added 5 datas here from different months and from different year as well. So what we are going to do in our next video is, on click of success and unsuccess button, we are going to update the status of our data, whatever available in our container. So that is what we are going to do in our part 5. So that is it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you really did, please subscribe to my channel and stay tuned for 5th part of this series. Thank you. Bye.